Parsons exposing the Jazz defense early, and there's a bad pass on the second turnover. But Harden loses the ball and gets it back to Lin, and Lin is fouled as he goes to the basket. The other thing that Houston does is they get to the free throw line. Now, part of that is because they'll hack Howard. But
yeah, well, Cantor right here wasn't ready, and Tinsley thought he was, and another turnover causes some free throws for the Rockets. Took him off the drive. He doesn't need to settle against him. And they have to be familiar with each other as part of that Turkish national. They played in Turkey together against each other. And there's the shot from the outside again. We'll buy that. Yeah, he's a guy who, you know, the liability, the big man liability, and we've seen it other times in the league. Wilt Chamberlain wasn't a good free throw shooter. You know, certainly the big man Shaquille O'Neal wasn't. Tough to shoot when your hand's that big. At least that's the excuse they give. As Utah will turn the ball over again. Guy who's got the largest standing reach ever in an NBA draft combine at 9'7". And a wingspan of 7'9". That's huge. That's like 3 of you.
At least. Tinsley for 3. An air ball.
Long to get out and run.
Harden underneath. Ball's on the floor. And a whistle and contact underneath. They're going to call Favors with that foul.
59 or 58. Fans get confused when it comes to change.
Lin inside with 10 seconds on the shot clock for Houston. Howard. He's going to get that foul call again as he crosses Enes Kanter. So Enes Kanter with the pair of free throws for Utah. There's contact there between Asik and Gobert. And Lin, as Gobert did a nice job showing, jumping out, and then getting back in time. And now challenging the shot of Jones. Check these things, okay? It wasn't just a
no. That's why I asked you.
I checked it out. He likes Luke.
He doesn't allow me to call him Luke. I'm a Lucas.
And you think that's coincidence, don't you? From the outside, it hangs on a rim, but it won't fall.
Pretty good. They're tied with 7th in the league right now with points allowed at 94. So that's a pretty good number. They're not allowing a good shooting percentage from the opposing teams.
Yeah, the three-pointer, and that one goes down.
That's his first three-point made of the season. That's the bottom line. You could after the teams every night in and night out. You're going to win games because let's face it, superstars, teams that think they're better than you, they don't want to battle you all day.
Nice spin move by Parsons. He certainly hasn't had the legs run out of him by any stretch of the imagination.
No, and I think he's more comfortable in that backup role rather than being a starter.
Gordon's 3 off the back of the iron. And contact with Hayward and Parsons running down the floor. And a great find.
Well, great execution, great screening, way to come off the screen, Alec Burks, and way to have the pass on point.
Parsons again. Somebody's got to tell Parsons, check your scoring average, okay? Because he is just lighting it up right now. Well, he's got 20. Harris with the 2 free throws, extending Utah's lead to 56-37. Jeremy Lin goes to the basket and converts, and he'll go to the line as well. A foul after he released the basketball. Of course, Jeremy Lin, there's another example of a talent that went undrafted out of Harvard.
Well, no one can forget about Linsanity. When he was with the Knicks, the 25 starts that he had with Knicks, out of his jerseys, you couldn't even keep him on the shelves, averaging 18 points and almost 8 assists during that span. Couldn't even get a ticket to the game. And then the Knicks had the chance to
pass. Jefferson's having a nice night, 14 points.
And what you like about Jefferson's game is he's always under control. Rarely does he get out of control.
And he can get up in the air, too, as the shot from the outside from Jeremy Lin finds the bottom of the net. Another three-pointer. Shooting has taken a little bit of a downturn now. See, they're just 1 of 5 in the quarter. Excuse me, 1 of 6 in the quarter. 1 of 5 for the Rockets. So neither team really lighting it up.
No excuses.
That's right. And watch. Yeah, well, make sure you watch the pregame show. It's worth it. Harden for 3. And he's starting to heat up. Harden now with a three-pointer. His first of the night.
Well, Houston's attitude has completely changed coming out of halftime. They are getting after it now, kind of what the Jazz were doing in the first half.
Jefferson.
They got to respond now.
Jefferson, that ball's on the floor. Has it taken away, and Harden out in front of the break. And he'll score. Boy, barely got it over the rim. That looks like tired legs, but he's got 15 points, Matt. And don't look now. Favors with the free throws. Has 6 points to go along with his 5 rebounds. Jazz with a 5-point edge here. 6:44 remaining here in the third, but look at the run. 18-4 for Houston. That's about as good a defense as you can play from Cantor. Howard just able to get it over his fingertips and just barely over the rim.
Nice move by Howard. His first field goal of the night.
Lin on Burks. Cantor back to Burks. 8 on the shot clock. Trying to go to the basket. Creating contact. Stripped away from behind.
Debate though.
Yeah, Kevin McHale said he dribbled the ball, so he had possession, and the official said no, he dribbled it out of bounds. Well, there's a finish.
That's the Dwight Howard that the Houston Rockets got this offseason. When you guard Dwight, you got to keep him outside the lane. He's really good when he gets the ball right here where no one's on him, and then he can just go up and use his athletic ability and not skill to dunk a basketball. Get him back and sustain the lead like they had in the first half.
Second foul on Chandler Parsons. Gobert comes to set the screen, and Gordon Hayward, boy, had a good look. Decided to penetrate instead. Goes to Burks. Lin playing good defense on Burks. Up to the Jazz to execute. We talked about it before. Execution for a young team down the stretch. They've been in the previous 2 games only to see it come up short because of execution. It's something Coach Tyrone Corbin told me about tonight when we were talking pregame. Got to see them execute. And now you've got a situation there where the Jazz take the 20 to preserve the possession.
Corbin did out of that timeout, made some substitutions. Alec Burks is now the point guard, brought in Gordon Hayward to be another off guard, be a co-point guard with Alec, and then you got Richard Jefferson at the 3, and still small with Mike Harris.
And let me correct myself, 14 with the jump shot for Burks. Clock down, 6 seconds left to shoot. The kick out to Lin with 2.5, and he hits the 3. And then hits the deck.
What happens, you cannot get broken down at the point of attack, and Gordon Hayward got broken down, which caused Parsons to get into the middle of the good paint, and then when that happens, so many options are open, and Jeremy Lin gets a wide open jump shot.
So the kick out pays off with a 3-point lead for Houston. Cantor comes off the screen set by Hayward in the key, and there's Ashe caught him defensively. All kinds of contact in there, and nothing is called, no whistle. And the Jazz trying to get back as Lin pushes it down the floor. The follow-up with the left hand.
And Coach Corbin's not happy with Cantor there. He should have been coming, and that's a great number.
Yeah, especially considering where they've come from. So they met your challenge there.
Well, this is going to be interesting now, because now Favors is outside the paint, trying to guard the perimeter player, so Houston's going to get a lot more inside.
Well, Lin with the basket.
So the strategy's going on different parts, because right now
with the Subway sub of the game.
Well, they got to get a stop now.
Got 11 points.
And you see the difference when Favors isn't guarding the basket. Cantor just doesn't have the length of Favors.
And Favors, the scoop, the finger roll won't fall. Lin keeps it alive, but there's Hayward picking it up. And he's still got the basketball, and the Jazz will set up and regroup out top. 97-90 Houston. Jazz with the ball. We've moved inside, 3 minutes left. And Hayward challenging. That ball knocked away. 3 seconds on the shot clock, 2. Lucas got to put up 1.5 court. He does. And it doesn't find the rim, and so here comes Houston. And on the other end, Garcia cherry picks the easy one, and the Jazz get burned. Oh, my. Now, as Howard will just dribble out the miss, and the Houston Rockets move to 3-0. The Jazz fall tonight by a count of 104-93.